CME Group. I'm Eric Wolfman Wilkinson. Let's get in the zone, the cash money zone. Yeah, we've been on hiatus for a little while, but we're back just in time to hear some more rhetoric coming out of the Eurozone. What is it? Well, it started off earlier this week with Mario Draghi saying that basically he's going to try and do anything he can to help save the euro. Well, this morning we got a little bit of disappointing news coming from Merkel about sent her to the floor. Really devastating. The new polls out in Germany are showing 51% of the population is in favor of basically getting back to the Deutschmark. They want to get separated from the Eurozone and get on their own. Another poll showed that 71% of the people think that they should boot Greece out of the Eurozone. I've been a part of this camp for a long time now, over 2 years it seems like, talking about how they just basically need to get Greece out because they're not doing anything other than allowing this debt to start to accumulate. If they keep allowing this can kicking down the road type of mentality, this debt's just going to keep going bigger and bigger. Now, what do we have going on? Well, Ginther's getting a little nervous. He flew over to Germany to talk to Schäuble and to Mario Draghi to try and figure something out. The only thing I have to say is get Greece out of there. Let's start over. Get this thing figured out before this debt just keeps piling up and the United States is going to have to end up bailing out all of Europe. All right? Take that. Anyway, moving on. I got a couple props here. Now, I know I've been talking about the bushels per acre going on in the corn. These are some of the corn cobs that I've found here in just south here in northern Indiana. Basically, what I've talked about, this I-80 line in the drought area, everything north of that's looking pretty good. Everything south of that was pretty much toast. Well, these late rains have actually kind of saved some of this crop that was kind of on the border or on the brink of falling apart. Now it's basically anything north of central Illinois and central Iowa or central Indiana is looking pretty good. All of those corn crops I'm looking at, it's pretty hit or miss, but for the most part, every 2 out of 3 farms is looking like it's going to have well over 166 bushels. Anything, it's basically 166 bushels or right around 100. They're either making money or they're basically calling the crop kaput. All right? Since we haven't done any technical analysis in a while, I've got some numbers for you. S&Ps, point of control, still that number, 1344. We talked about so much. There's been time and volume spent there. That's the real POC. Now we get above that, 1381 I've got as a major resistance area, and on the downside 1328. So I still continue to see this. We're going to kind of push out through the highs and through the lows of these technical support and resistance areas. For the most part, I don't see anything change, and we're going to kind of trudge along right here in these 1300s, probably hang around 1344, start tracing back down. That's what it looks like to me. Now, if you're talking about the corn, 833 on the upside, you're going to see major resistance there. Anything above $8, we're seeing a lot of major demand destruction going on. The ethanol producers are not able to be cost effective above $8 a bushel. That also being said, you can also import grain from Brazil to the United States for $15 a metric ton cheaper. That's an amazing stat. Basically, we're starting to see a lot of Tyson and a couple other companies are actually importing their grain from Brazil to save money. There's a huge scalp there. You could literally, if you could sell the grain here at the United States prices, you could actually have that Brazilian grain shipped to you, take delivery, and you'll be scalping the market. A little bit of arbitrage right there. Anyway, on to the beans, 1686 on the upside, 1591 on the downside, and your point of control is going to be 1636. All right, I hope I got everything in there. If you can't take that, take it easy.
Every day I'm shuffling.